Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna make homemade Korean kimchi. First thing we need to do is we're gonna wash the napa vegetable. Need to rub it one by one because we don't need to detach it from the stem. Because it's much easier when we do whole part of the napa vegetables. It's more easier to marinate when it's intact together with the stems. After washing, we need to dry up and remove the excess water from the napa vegetables. It's beautiful, the vegetables, and fresh. When it's dry, the vegetable, we can add the salt to remove the excess water from the vegetables. That's why we need to add the rock salt in each section of the vegetable so that it could be remove the water from the vegetables. Make it sure that you put the salt in every section of the vegetable so that it could be easily to remove the excess water from the vegetables. Now it's done spreading the salt into the vegetable and let it soak for 1 hour until 5 hours. It's better to cover with a cling wrap and leave it for an hour or a little bit longer. This is the result of their soaking in the salt the vegetable. There's so much water release. Look, it's beautiful and it's easily bend the stems. We need to rinse many times until it's gonna be not too much salty. It depends the salt that you use. In each section, need to open it so that it could be run the water over it so that it could be released the saltiness. When it's finished rinsing the vegetable, we need to make it sure it will dry so that it will not be spoil our fermentation process. We need a glutinous rice powder. I'll show you how to make it, the sauce. We need half cup of water and dissolve the glutinous rice in a cold water and turn on in a low fire to cook the glutinous flour. Need only 1 tablespoon glutinous powder. Continue stirring to avoid clumps the powder. We need stirring continuously until we get creamy the sauce. Make sure the fire is in a low volume so that it will not be burned and evaporate easily the water of the sauce. Look, it's sticky now and it's ready, and set aside. Let it cool down to use later on. Cut the pear fruit into a matchstick. Same cutting the radish into a matchstick, the vegetables. Cut the spring onion into a diagonal or lengthwise. See how I cut it, the spring onion. Let it set aside and we use later on for mixing. These are some of the ingredients that we needed for mix together all. Ingredients for the chili paste: paprika, dried chili flakes, and a warm water. And put in the blender, run it. Now is finished already and looks very smooth, the chili paste that we made it. Now we make it the sauce for the kimchi. Add the fish sauce, mix well until gonna be thicker and creamy the sauce. Just let it continue stirring until gonna be no more liquid that coming out. Now we add the glutinous rice that we made it before. Just continue stirring until gonna be incorporate everything and thicker. You can taste it the sauce if salty or need to add some more fish sauce. Once it get creamy, we need to add the pears and the radish. Must be coated everything so that it could be easiest to spread on the napa vegetables. Must be wearing a glove so that it will not be spicy when you finish or hot your finger, because it's spicy this one for sure. That's why I'm wearing a gloves to make this one. And then you need to rub it into the pears and radish. Just continue stirring until it's gonna be coat all well. Then we need to add the spring onion and mix well. We need to grate the fresh ginger root and a garlic so that it could be easiest to mix into the vegetables. After grated all the ginger roots and garlic, it's time to add into the mixture the garlic and ginger. You must use your hand to rub it so that it could be stick into the vegetable, the garlic and the ginger, and easiest to mix well. Let it marinate the mixture for 30 minutes. Now time to stuff the mixture into the napa vegetable. This is the process how to make it the kimchi, the homemade Korean kimchi. In each section, we need to put the vegetable and the pears. Once it's finished stuffing the napa vegetable, it's time to prepare the container, the clean container to store our kimchi, Korean homemade kimchi. After putting in the container, we must press it so that it could be easily to marinate. This is the secret on how to make it. The yummy kimchi. After we put all the kimchi into the container, we must put the cover and leave it outside for 6 hours on a 1 day to activate the fermentation process. We can store in the fridge for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it's ready to eat it, our kimchi, for a side dish or for the soup. Anything you can do it is perfect. After 2 weeks fermentation, this is the outcome of our homemade Korean kimchi. It's ready. Enjoy our kimchi. You don't need it to buy in the store. Here the list for the ingredients for the kimchi. You know that kimchi has a good source of lactic acid bacteria, which is good in our gut and digestion. Rich in probiotic, they call it. Hope you enjoy watching the video, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe until next cooking videos.